You know what I'm saying?
What was the appeal? At what age would you say you jumped off the porch?
I jumped off the porch at like, I jumped off the porch at like 15. But at the time when I jumped off the porch, it was like, it was still community shit. It was still, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it wasn't like we was gearing up to go kill something. We was, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it was still like, you know, just kids from the neighborhood, you know, being influenced by what looks good, the gang shit. And I mean, somewhat similar to today, but a lot different. It's you understand?
Yeah. What was the appeal for you to want to participate?
At that time, money. You know what I'm saying? It was money. And, you know, we kind of was able to function with everybody. So it wasn't like, you know, the Bloods that came from L.A. was supplying everybody with the dope, or the Crips from L.A. was supplying everybody with dope, or, you know, it was just a wide variety of people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we even had cats from the east side that was Hispanic that was having it, that, you know what I'm saying, we was dealing with, and it was just like, you know, when they caught on. So it started just being a, you know, like, who was the most influential, who had the most oomph, who had the most firepower, right, who had the most, you know, juice at the time. And at that time, it was just like, you know, we was watching a lot of these cats, and we was coming up with our own little cliques, and we was coming up with our own little crew. So at the time, you know, we was, it's crazy because the history of this shit is just wild.
What about the California lifestyle? Like, what about it? Like, what was it that, to me, it's just like that gang culture from California just came to the city and just like.
Well, it wasn't like they came with nothing new. They just came with the money, because we already had our own little, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we had our own style. It wasn't like we took their style. It was just like.
And it was some people from California who came down here that brought that with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, it wasn't like we took their style. It was just like they had the money to fund the style we liked. You see what I'm saying? And it just so happened that their style of how they got down was similar to ours, so we just kind of started functioning together. You know what I'm saying?
So now we get to that, to where you participated in it. When did it go from fist fights to shootouts?
Man, well, I mean, you know, because even then, even in my day, I mean, you know, there was still shootings, but wasn't nobody really trying to kill nobody. It was just like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you would get somebody who come shoot up in the air 5 times, drive out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just to hear the sound of a gun was enough. You know what I'm saying? But when they started, I think, you know, the real serious shooting started when social media kind of, you know, came into the fold. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you got people on there they're able to tag locations. They able to, you know, find out where you are. So it made it easy. It made it, you know what I'm saying? It makes you an easy target. It makes you, you know what I'm saying, susceptible to, you know, whatever's coming your way. So, I mean, I think that was kind of when it really just dove.
Right.
Out there.
I had an artist up here, Get Paid Spade from Montbello. And he said it seemed like after the movie Colors, it seemed like overnight it was like amped up. Did Colors have that effect on you like that?
No, we was off the porch before Colors.
That's what he said.
Yeah, so, no, Colors played a part in just, you know, how much more wild it got, but it was already going. We was already, you know, I mean, shit, I was already having people, Carl, would y'all don't come fighting at the club this week, you know what I'm saying? So it's already, you know, I mean, it was just like that. And I mean, you know, and it just so happened that it's crazy how it happened, because me being from Park Hill, and a lot of my old friends being from the East Side, but a dynamic just shifted, and somehow we just stopped liking each other.
But it's just like, that's crazy.